Have you ever, gotten that feeling like when you're reading a news story and you think, there's got to be more to this?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're dealing with today. We're taking a deep dive into this situation with a senator who got suspended. And we've got like this firsthand account, someone who's actually there watching it all go down in the Senate chamber.
Wow.
It's pretty wild. They even dug up some background info on like a petition that the senator submitted. So yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Well, let's jump right in.
All right, so let's talk about the accusations against this senator. I mean, it's not just like one little oops, it's a whole list of violations. Like, they were repeatedly breaking the Senate standing orders.
Yeah, the standing orders, those are like the rule book, right? The code of conduct for the Senate.
Exactly. So basically, this senator was like breaking the rules over and over. And it wasn't just small stuff either. We're talking disrespecting the chief whip and even the Senate president.
Order, please. Chief whip of the Senate, your point of order is suspended. Order, please.
President.
Right, and those are, pretty important figures in the Senate. I mean, those positions hold a lot of authority, so to disrespect them, that's a pretty big deal.
It is, and the account even mentions this public insult directed at another senator and their mother. Which is like, wow, where do you even go from there?
I know, right? It makes you wonder what was going through their mind. What were they hoping to achieve by antagonizing their colleagues like that?
Yeah, I mean, what's the end game here?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And here's the kicker. Even with all this drama, nobody objected to the suspension, not even members of the senator's own party.
Really? Not even their own minority leader?
Nope, not even them. They acknowledged that the senator's actions are serious, but even they asked for some leniency, suggested an apology might smooth things over.
It sounds like the senator wasn't really interested in taking that route, though.
Not from what I'm reading, it seems like they just walked out. So again, It makes you think, was this a deliberate move? Were they trying to send a message?
This whole thing is so dramatic. It's like watching a political thriller unfold right before our eyes.
And just when you think it can't get any juicier, there's this whole thing with the petition. You see, the senator had submitted this petition about a rather, let's just say, sensitive matter.
Sensitive how?
Well, we can't get into specifics, but let's just say it was something that could ruffle some feathers anyway. The petition was initially rejected because the senator had signed it themselves, which goes against the rules.
Oh, so kind of a rookie mistake.
Yeah, you could say that, but to their credit, they resubmitted the petition the right way, following all the procedures, and the Senate agreed to investigate it and get all of this happen just 4 days before our source wrote this account.
So basically, our source is sitting there in the Senate chamber, watching all this drama unfold, knowing that there's this potentially explosive petition hanging in the balance.
It does add a whole other layer to this whole situation, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes you wonder about the timing of everything. Was the senator's behavior during the plenary session a calculated risk, knowing the petition was under review?
Or were they just completely overwhelmed by frustration and just threw the rule book out the window?
It's like we're trying to crack a secret code here, looking for hidden clues and motives. But one thing that's crystal clear is that actions have consequences.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the senator's behavior led directly to their suspension.
Absolutely. This deep dive really drives home the point that rules and procedures exist for a reason, especially in a setting like the Senate. These rules aren't just random, they're there to ensure fairness, order, and accountability. And when you disregard them, well, you see what can happen.
Exactly. So what have we learned today? Well, we've got a senator who's been suspended for a whole slew of violations, which raises some serious questions about their judgment and respect for the rules. We've also got this petition, which throws another wrench into the works.
And we're left with this thought-provoking question: are unwritten rules and decorum just outdated relics of the past, or are they still absolutely vital for maintaining order and respect in formal settings like the Senate?
It's a really interesting question to consider, isn't it? So as you continue to follow this story, I want you to think about the potential long-term consequences for this senator. How will this suspension affect their career, their relationships within the Senate, their ability to effectively represent their constituents?
And how might this incident shape future Senate proceedings? Could it lead to stricter enforcement of the rules or even changes to the rules themselves?
These are all really important questions worth considering as we watch this political drama continue to unfold. So thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.
See ya.
Thanks for watching this episode of Trendsetters and Politicos. We appreciate your support. If you enjoyed our trending and political analysis, be sure to subscribe to our podcast for more insightful conversations and expert opinions. Follow us on social media to stay updated on the latest trends and political news. Your likes, shares, and reviews are greatly appreciated as they help us grow and bring you more quality content. Don't miss out on our next episode, where we'll dive into hot topic. Until then, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep it locked to Trendsetters and Politicos.